Strike one. 25 seconds of empty podium.
Be seated, please.
I'm going to give a strike for Buddy in the crowd prematurely screaming, "Yeah!" Even though it is low-key hilarious. Strike three for allowing a gratuitous amount of applause. I'm actually going to fast forward this because, believe it or not, he allows them to applause. He doesn't speak for another 30 seconds. Talk about milking it. If he waited any longer, we'd still be in Iraq.
Thank you all very much. Admiral Kelly, Captain Card, officers and sailors of the USS Abraham Lincoln, my fellow Americans. Major combat operations in Iraq have ended. In the Battle of Iraq, the United States and our allies have prevailed.
I'm going to add 20 strikes for this, for every year that Iraq is clearly still very much at war with the West. Applauding lies.
And now our coalition is engaged in securing and reconstructing that country.
Yeah, how's that going? How's the remodeling going?
In this battle, we have fought for the cause of liberty and for the peace of the world.
How's that going? How's that going? The peace of the world. Thanks, George.
Our nation and our coalition are proud of this accomplishment. Because of you, our nation is more secure.
Is it really, though? Like, I mean, seriously, is America more secure today?
Because of you, the tyrant has fallen and Iraq is free.
Objectively untruthful. Applauding lies.
Operation Iraqi Freedom was carried out with a combination of precision and speed and boldness the enemy did not expect and the world had not seen before.
What were the words he used there? Speed, definitely. Boldness, absolutely. I mean, the shock and awe campaign, I watched that in my living room when I was like 14. Shit was crazy. But he used the word precision, and yeah, it wasn't very precise. Or I mean, if it was, then you guys hit a lot of civilians. Let's do this, and I'm still figuring out the the scoring meter, but and there's no way to know the amount of civilians that have died from that war, but let's give 10,000 strikes for this lie here. Okay? All right, moving on.
From distant bases or ships at sea, we sent planes and missiles that could destroy an enemy division or strike a single bunker.
Or hit a school full of children.
This nation thanks all the members of our coalition who joined in a noble cause. We thank the armed forces of the United Kingdom, Australia, and Poland, who shared in the hardships of war.
Oh man, but you forgot to thank Albania and like Azerbaijan. Come on, George. How are you going to do Romania like that, or Nicaragua, or the Philippines, man? You're not going to mention the Philippines? I'm sure they were pretty useful in this war effort. This coalition of the unwilling. Nice.
We thank all the citizens of Iraq who welcomed our troops.
Did they really, though?
And joined in the liberation of their own country. And tonight, I have a special word for Secretary Rumsfeld.
Automatic strike for mentioning Donald Rumsfeld.
For General Franks, and for all the men and women who wear the uniform of the United States. America is grateful for a job well done.
Applauding lies.
The character of our military through history, the daring of Normandy, the fierce courage of Iwo Jima,
Automatic strike for comparing colonization to World War II.
the decency and idealism that turned enemies into allies is fully present in this generation.
What generation is that, George? Certainly not my generation. Because, I mean, frankly, it seems like we're at war with the exact same enemies as we've always had. It's literally Cold War 2.0, George. What generation do you mean, George? Take the strike.
When Iraqi civilians looked into the faces of our servicemen and women, they saw strength and kindness.
Lies.
And goodwill. When I look at the members of the United States military,
Applauding lies.
in the images of fallen statues, we have witnessed the arrival of a new era. For 100 years of war,
Stuttering like a little bitch. "60 strikes for the gratuitous applause of lies."
military power was used to end a regime by breaking a nation. Today, we have the greater power to free a nation by breaking a dangerous and aggressive regime.
Using the word free instead of the word invade.
With new tactics and precision weapons, we can achieve military objectives without directing violence against civilians.
Well, that's kind of bullshit considering it seems like civilian deaths are at like an all-time high right now. I mean, obviously not as high as like World War II, but there are a lot of civilians dying right now, George.
No device of man can remove the tragedy from war. Yet it is a great advance when the guilty have far more to fear from war than the innocent.
Strike for accidentally referring to yourself.
Images of celebrating Iraqis. We have also seen the ageless appeal of human freedom.
Strike for mispronouncing the word imprisonment and accidentally saying freedom.
Men and women in every culture need liberty like they need food
Strike for bad writing and an overall terrible analogy.
and water and air.
Strike for allowing your buddies at Halliburton to ruin both the water and the air in America, George. This is on your land you did this. Not even Iraq we're talking. You let them do that in America, George.
Everywhere that freedom arrives, humanity rejoices.
Bad writing, but also...
And everywhere that freedom stirs, let tyrants fear. The outlaw regime that has ties to terrorist groups and seeks or possesses weapons of mass destruction is a grave danger to the civilized world.
Strike for not realizing that governments are the biggest terrorist organizations in the world and they have all the nukes. So you're actually talking about yourselves.
And will be confronted. We've begun the search for hidden chemical and biological weapons,
And you didn't find any.
and already know of hundreds of sites that will be investigated.
Nice, you like it? Yeah, fantastic.
The transition from dictatorship to democracy will take time,
20 years. Ongoing.
but it is worth every effort. Our coalition will stay until our work is done. There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you." If fool me, we can't get fooled again.